Well, hello, everybody. How's everybody on this beautiful Wednesday? How's everything going? Can everybody hear me just fine? Let me bring on Cruising with Keith. And let me bring Alice. How are you guys?
Doing good.
All
Good,
right.
good. Thank you all for coming in today.
I know.
On this
Everybody's doing
very
great today.
rainy, windy day in New York and probably across the East Coast.
We had a cloudy start to the day and then the sun came out, but the temperature is dropping.
I know. Guys, can you give me a little bit? Let me mute. There's something here that I don't want it to. Give me 1 second.
Go ahead. So has anyone in the chat been to Key West? We would love to know if you've been there, what you might have done. And if you have any questions, write them down and we'll get to them as we go through our show.
All right, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Is that the TV
Oh,
was
my
on and
God.
I could hear it on the background? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I
about
heard it a little bit.
I stood up for a second there.
that. I'm like, why am I getting an echo?
No, I was literally looking. I was like, why can't I post right nothing in the chat? I looked. I was like, oh my God, I'm streaming to Facebook twice. I'm not even on YouTube. I was like, oh. I was like, oh my God. I would have been sitting there the whole time.
Today.
I would be sitting there the whole time. Well, I didn't even realize that. So
It's all good.
you go to my channel now.
It's all good. So, guys, today we're here because we're going to be talking about the port of Key West. Is one of the ports here in the state of Florida. And we have a great information, great news coming later on from Keith about this port. So with no further ado, we're going to start this show because we got a lot of information to share with you guys. So here we all go. Well, guys, welcome back. We are talking today about the port of Key West. As I was researching today, there's a lot of information in Key West, a lot of history in that port. But since we always bring you the information around the port area, this is the information that I found. The port of Key West is in the port of Key West, Florida, includes the Key West Garrison Bight at City Marina, as well as 3 docks that could be utilized by cruise ship. In the part of the history, the first cruise ship to adopt the port was the Sunward in 1969. It docked at Pier B, which was owned at the time by the U.S. Navy. In 1984, the city opened a cruise terminal at Mallory Square. The decision was met with opponents who claimed that it would disrupt the tradition of watching the sunset at Mallory Square. In 2013, a referendum to widen the ship channel was defeated by 73% of voters. The proposal, backed by the Key West Chamber of Commerce, was intended to accommodate larger cruise ships and would have required dredging 17 acres of sea bottom, which include endangered corals in the protected Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary. In 2020, Key West voters approved 3 amendments to the city charter, which prohibited large cruise ships, limited daily disembarkation, and prioritized cruise ships with superior public health and environmental records. The amendment, sponsored by the Key West Committee for Safer, Cleaner Ships, passed by 61% to 81% approval. However, the following year, the state legislature overturned the amendments in 2022. The city decided to instead prohibit ships from docking to the 2 piers at the city control. Meanwhile, Pier B is planned to undergo the expansion renovations to service bigger ships, which will first have to be approved by the state. Cruise ships can be serviced by 3 separate terminals. Mallory Pier is owned and operated by the city of Key West. The Outer Mole Pier is federally owned operated by the city through the lease agreement with the U.S. Navy. And Pier B is operated by Pier B Development Corporation through a lease agreement with the state of Florida. The city restrictions on cruise ships apply equally to all 3 ports. As of 2023, the Pier B is currently being used for cruise ships. A domestic ferry port operates near the bight of the Key West port, amongst the busier passenger ports in the United States and one of the Florida's most important and oldest ferry port. The port conducts passenger ferries and cruise services to and from Miami, Tampa, Jacksonville, Fort Myers, Port Everglades, Cape Canaveral, and Marco Island in Florida. This allows passengers to travel to Key West without having using the busy overseas highways corridor. A United States Environmental Protection Agency investigated. This is environmental information, finding no significant impact to proposed plans to dredge the channel, which was criticized because it was require the dredging in the canal and its surrounding areas with possible sitting and related damages to sea life, which could affect Key West seafood industry. If we talk about the economy section, the economy ships industry delivers people to the city where they contribute the economy by spending local businesses. This adds about $80 million to businesses' revenue. The port contributes 1,260 jobs. These figures were a significant fraction of the city economic. So if by doing that, they decided that they were not going to, Big Fur, if you guys remember, a while back, they were talking about a possibility of not having the cruise ships come in and all of that stuff. But as you can see, $82 million in revenue is a lot of money. So now I think that eventually, and Keith is going to cover this later on, about the bigger cruise ships and stuff like that. So I did have some information and some pictures here that I wanted to share with you guys. This is the Carnival Victory porting in Key West. So it's kind of nice to kind of like see that from that view. And I also found this one here, which is a really nice picture from up top. And you see the cruise ships there. And hopefully you guys enjoy the history around the port. Let me welcome in a couple of people before I hand it over to Miss Alice. Thank you so much for being here, Harlan Abraham. We have Alice Lugo Studio here. We have Cruising with Keith. Hi, Miss Nancy. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, because I know you are busy, but I know, thank you so much for always supporting the channel. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to turn it over to Alice. I didn't have a lot of information about the port because it's so small. They didn't have a whole lot, even though they have a lot of history, but that's on a different spectrum of history. So here we go.
Hey, everybody. Well, I found a lot of stuff on Key West, and I hope you find this information interesting and usable for if you plan to travel to Key West. Maybe you've already been there. Let us know in the chat if you've been there and what you liked best about Key West. Or maybe you plan to go there. Have you researched yet? And what do you think you want to see when you do go there? I know that, excuse me, Tinkerbell and I will be traveling to Key West in October on our Secret Booze Cruise, the 2.0 Carnival Paradise out of Tampa, and we'll be going to Key West as one of the ports. So I really had fun researching this one because I'm going to be going there this year in October. So Jackie, if you could please bring up my slides. Thank you. So let's see what Key West has to offer. Okay, so if you're going in by cruise you would want to know, where do they dock? Well, there's 3 possible piers and harbors. It's Pier B, Mallory Square, and the Navy's Outer Mole. But the most regularly used is known as Pier B, which is part of the private marina of the Westin Resort. And here's a picture of Pier B. And Pier B and Mallory Square are the most frequently used. If your cruise ship is the only one in port, it's going to go to either the Mallory Square or Pier B. And it's a perfect location, just literally a couple of minutes walk away from Old Town, which is one of the top attractions of Key West, where many highlights are located. There is also the possibility that your cruise ship will dock at another port that's close by, also right at the heart of the Old Town, and that's the Mallory Square one. This is a famous spot where crowds gather to watch the sunset, and it could get very busy when returning on board at the end of the day. And then there's the Navy's Outer Mole Pier, and they have a shuttle bus. So when there's more than 2 ships in port, then they use this cruise dock. And those that have been in Key West before and docked downtown complain when they are docking at Outer Mole, because it is not right next to Old Town. However, its location is just a 5-minute shuttle ride away from Old Town, and all cruise lines provide a shuttle. So, that's good to know. And so, sorry. Okay, so when you want to get around in Key West, the cruise port in Key West is a gateway to the enchanting island city of Key West and the southernmost point of the continental United States. And it's known for its laid-back atmosphere, rich history, and stunning natural beauty. Key West offers an unforgettable experience for cruise passengers. So let me give you an overview. We have, it's nestled in at the end of the Florida Keys archipelago. Key West is located on the island's western end, facing the Gulf of Mexico. Its strategic position not only makes it a popular stop for Caribbean cruises, but also offers easy access to the many attractions within Key West itself. The port's location is ideal for exploring the historic Old Town, beautiful beaches, and the vibrant Duval Street. Key West has a rich maritime history dating back to the early 19th century, when it was a bustling hub for shipping and naval activities. But over the years, the port has evolved to accommodate the growing cruise industry, transforming into a modern facility that welcomes hundreds of thousands of visitors each year. But despite its development, Key West Cruise Port retains a sense of the island's historical charm and significance. The Key West Cruise Port is equipped with all amenities needed to ensure a smooth and enjoyable experience for passengers. And here are some of the key facilities and services available. They have transportation. Upon disembarking, cruisers can easily access various transportation options, including taxis, pedicabs, rental scooters, and bicycles to explore the island. There's a visitor information center that's near the docking areas, and it's staffed with knowledgeable locals who can provide maps, brochures, and tips for enjoying your stay in Key West. The port and its facilities are designed to be accessible to passengers with mobility challenges, ensuring everyone can enjoy their visit to Key West. And of course, while the cruise port itself is focused on passenger services, a short walk or ride from the pier will take you to numerous shops, restaurants, and cafes, offering everything from from gourmet dining and souvenirs. Make sure you wear comfortable walking shoes, because many of Key West attractions are within walking distance of the cruise port. So, just be prepared to have comfortable shoes as you're walking, and also be prepared for the weather. Key West is sunny and warm most of the year, but afternoon showers are common in the summer. So a light rain jacket or an umbrella can come in handy. And then also remember to check local events on website. Just check to see if there's any festivals that are going to be happening during your visit. Key West is known for its lively celebrations and cultural events, which can add a unique flavor to your trip. Will also add more people to your trip. They might not be more on the cruise line, but they will be in port. So just be prepared for that. Now, whether you're exploring the island's historic sites or enjoying its natural beauty or simply relaxing in its laid-back atmosphere, Key West offers an array of experiences that cater to every type of traveler. From the moment you step off your ship, you'll find a range of amenities and services at your disposal. There will be waiting areas at the terminal. Spacious and air-conditioned waiting areas provide a comfortable environment for passengers as they embark or disembark. Seating is plentiful, ensuring a place to relax during the process. Restrooms. Who doesn't want a restroom available? I sure do. They say they are clean, well-maintained, and are available throughout the cruise terminal, equipped with accessibility features to accommodate all passengers. Wi-Fi, yep. Stay connected with complimentary Wi-Fi throughout the terminal. Whether you're looking to post your latest vacation photos or need to catch up on emails, the port has you covered. Luggage handling. Efficient cruise luggage handling services ensure that your bags are taken care of, allowing you to roam freely and explore the terminal and its surroundings without the burden of heavy bags. For international cruises, the Key West Cruise Port offers streamlined customs and immigration procedures. The process is designed to be quick and hassle-free, ensuring that you spend less time in lines and more time enjoying your visit. Staff are on hand to assist with any questions or the concerns you may have. And I just want to read one of Emily's comments. She says, I believe in general, when you go off to port, one definitely should wear comfortable walking shoes. And I agree with you, Emily. I've done that not just for going on cruises and getting off, but also when going to amusement parks in general. Always have comfortable walking shoes that stay on your feet. My daughter was never allowed to wear Crocs or flip-flops, and you get on a ride and they fall off. Put your sneakers on, be comfortable, and have a great time. Okay, so the Key West Cruise Port is committed to providing an accessible experience for all visitors. And the terminal facilities and services include accessible restrooms equipped to accommodate passengers with disabilities, wheelchair assistance available upon request for passengers who require assistance getting around the terminal or with help boarding or disembarking from the ship. Service animals are welcome at the port, provided they comply with local and state regulations. But NCL, they are going to allow you to bring your pets on a cruise. And it's coming up for next year, February 29th. If your ship is leaving on February 29th, 2025, you could bring your pets with you, as many pets as you want, but only if your ship is leaving on February 29th, 2025. That's what was out there on April Fool's Day. There is no April 25th, 2025. Kathy Mills, I can't wait to meet you also. She will be on the Secret Booze Cruise 2.0 in October. Huh? Yes, we did, but I can't wait to see her again. Sorry. So let's see. Tourist information is located within the terminal. There is a tourist information desk, and they offer maps and brochures and details about local attractions and tours and activities. And friendly staff can provide recommendations and assist with bookings, ATMs, and currency exchange for your convenience. They are available on site, and currency exchange services can help you prepare for your exploration of Key West. Okay, and there's also gift shops, so you could get your souvenirs within the terminal, offer a variety of local crafts, gifts, and essentials you might need for your journey. You might be able to find souvenirs outside of the port, but if you're in a hurry, then definitely you can get them in the gift shop in the terminal. So that's good. It's recommended that you stay hydrated. Florida's heat can be intense, especially for visitors that are not used to the climate. And water stations are available, but carrying a refillable water bottle is also a good idea. Use the Wi-Fi to download any necessary apps, maps, or boarding passes while you have access to the free Wi-Fi in the terminal. And by taking advantage of the amenities and services offered at Key West Cruise Port, you can ensure a seamless start or end to your cruise adventure. Whether you're soaking up the comfort of the terminal's facilities or making final preparations for your exploration of Key West, the port is equipped to meet your needs and exceed your expectations. So what should you do in the port? Well, Key West is a vibrant island city at the southernmost tip of the continental United States, and it offers an abundance of activities and attractions that appeal to cruisers of all ages and interests. So whether you have just a few moments or a lot of time, there will be something for you to do. Okay. So right near the cruise port, you have the Mallory Square dock, which your ship might sail into. And within there, they have restaurants and shops. And then there are also some, hotels nearby. So if you're going to Key West and you're going to be embarking at Key West, you might stay at a hotel a few days before or after your cruise. So they do have some nice hotels nearby. And I kind of like this one, the way that pool looks. It looked very inviting to me. So here's a map that you might be able to get when you go to the visitor center, and it will have the streets all printed out for you and easy for you to get around and see where everything is. So up next, we have Keith with Cruise News, and then I will show you some more excursions after Keith.
Hello, everybody. Well, welcome to Key West, which is the most southern part of the United States and is the closest to Cuba. That's why in Key West, you will get a handful of Cubans down there, obviously, because a lot of them migrated from from Cuba to Key West. So now let's get to the news part. So welcome, obviously, I said welcome to the port of Key West. The minimum wage is $12 an hour. But by September this year, it's going to be $13 an hour, and gas prices are at $3.79 a gallon, and that's pretty high, especially the fact that the minimum wage is only $12, $13 an hour. We're up in New York, it's about, I think, $16 or $15 an hour, and the gas prices up here are actually less than $3.79. So that's like something where I believe the gas should be a little bit cheaper down there, especially because of the people. It's a lot harder to find, obviously, good jobs down there. And the current weather today was a high of 83 and a low of 73. And currently, right now, there are currently no cruise ships today. But tomorrow, you're supposed to have the Scarlet Lady, right? Yeah. It says the Scarlet Lady will be there tomorrow on April 4th. So obviously, I've never seen Scarlet Lady. I mean, wouldn't mind going on that cruise ship, but I got my cruise coming up, 52 days, just a reminder for everybody. And so that's part for that part. And now let's go on to the cruise news time. Here we go. Let's get started. So as Tinkerbell said earlier, there's going to be bigger cruise ships going there. So how big are the cruise ships, which I will get to at the end of this story right here. So the Santa State Environmental Regulators greenlight bigger ships at Key West Harbor. So what does that mean? So the story is larger ships sailing around troubled reefs and into the Key West Harbor will be allowed for the next quarter century under an expanded lease deal approved by Governor Ron DeSantis and his cabinet on Tuesday. But the reason why it took them forever because they had to get approval from the green light, the green environmental protection people. So that's a little toughy, and the reason why is because was it an unprecedented ocean heat wave that bleached corals throughout the Keys and amid growing evidence that sediment trimmed up by ships and coral reefs. So this is something that's crazy. And what I mean by the ships, so what they're saying, the normal size ships that go there now, I'll give you an example. Their gross is the Carnival Dream, which is gross tons of 130,000. So they're saying cruise ships that are 50% larger. So that's like 60, almost 200,000 gross tons. And what does that mean? That means all of Carnival ships will be able to go there. You're not going to get a lot of, the big monster ships from Royal Caribbean. But the Carnival ships will go there. NCL, their ships will all be able to go there. So the only issue, you're not going to get the Icon of Seas, Oasis of the Seas, all those classes will not be there at that part. So let's get to the next part. Okay, of the cruise. So this is another cruise news. This was in January of 23rd, 2024. American Glory was christened in Key West. So American Glory is more of like a river cruise line. So the American Glory, the second coastal cat in the American Cruise Line new series of 100 passenger ships, was christened in Key West, Florida on January 21st. So, you don't see too many of these river cruises down there, But it's going to be traveling from from Florida's Gulf Coast, Key Cruises operating round trip from St. Petersburg. So this is actually pretty good for a river cruise, obviously. So I guess it's going to be going into like the closer areas, maybe even in the Caribbean. But it's a small cruise ship, so you're not going to get the amenities that you get on other cruise lines. So do not think you're gonna get a big gigantic casino on there, because that's not gonna happen on that cruise line. Okay, you're lucky even if you get a casino on the cruise line. That's how small it is. Okay, so let's get to the next story, and here we go. Oh man, this was a bad one. So Key West, actually, there's a stabbing attack under investigation. So Key West Police Department officers arrest a man Monday night on April Fool's, and this is not April Fool's joke, on a felony battery charge stemming from a stabbing that was reportedly sparked about an alleged proprietary clothing being stolen from a local laundromat. I mean, just because they stole your clothes, it's not worth it to go to jail and stab the person over a piece of clothing, obviously. But some people, obviously, they make mistakes and they don't think. And now this person, obviously, is going to be serving the time for the crime. So that's it for the cruise news. And once we get the next video up, it will be excursion time. Yeah, you could put up the one with the shipwreck, right? So the historic seaport port walking tour by Key West Food Tour. So it's a 3-hour tour, costs you $93, and you're gonna taste your way through Key West historical seaports on a gourmet walking tour with local guide. You'll show through the docks and some most colorful neighborhoods in Key West. Right, so that's it's a really fun trip. I mean, that's the one picture, which is Shipwreck Museum. You get to go to Cape Tony Saloons. I mean, a lot of these old places. I mean, so a lot of these like old and historical places. So it's something that you may be interested in, especially if you're on like a little tight budget and you want to try to go to multiple places. So that's something that you may be interested in. And and now here's another one. So the Key West Ghost and Mystery Guided Tour. So this one costs you $32. So this is definitely something, if you're on a really small budget, I would say definitely do it. So you're going to discover the spooky side of one of the country's most haunted cities in a 90-minute walking tour. Listen to hair-raising local legends as you follow your guide down hidden alleys of Key West. See where Robert Dole lived, learn about Count Van Castle, and keep your eyes peeled for a ghost at La Concha, and learn how to attract spirit activity with dowsing rods and how to capture them with your camera. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you want to, invite the ghost in, just start watching some ghost stories. Trust me. Once you start watching all these ghost stories, you may see them, but it all depends on the house. I mean, from my, we could call it crazy, but I don't believe things that I actually see, and ghosts are real, okay? Because I've had my own handful of experiences on them. And you can put up the next one, which is the Key West Jet Ski Tours. So it's actually you're gonna book it. You can book it with Sunset Water Sports, which is a really good thing. Actually, I have that phone number here, right? I'll put it down in case anybody actually wants to do jet skiing down there. It's a 305-296-2554. So this is something that you may want to consider. And their deal is you have an early bird tour at 9:30 a.m., which is going to cost you $139.95, or a regular tour, which is $160. So, and they've been doing this for 30 years down there. So this is really good tour. Flexible, refundable reservations. I don't, I haven't seen anything that says ages, but do do take an advance that if you want to book a jet ski, not even just here, anytime you go on vacation anywhere with jet ski, try to make reservations because most places their jet skis always sell out. So make reservations and make sure you actually have like your license because some places might not even let you drive a jet ski if you do not have your car license. So that's something that's really, really important to do. So before I go, I just want to say one of my favorite places when I went to Key West, and I have not been to Key West in quite 20 plus years. One of the places I really like down there, and I say is a must go, you gotta try it, is Sloppy Joe's. Try it, it's a really good place. So I really, and especially around that area is where they have like a lot of good bars and restaurants over there. Okay, so I am done, and let me pass it off to Alice for her excursions.
Hey, so I thought Jackie was going to go next, but that's okay. I am ready. Jackie, if you'll bring up my slides again, and I'll just continue along. Okay, so today I'm going to share with you a couple excursions that I thought might be interesting. If you don't want to really take a lot of public transportation, or you don't want to rent a car or a scooter or whatever, you could do these hop on and hop off bus tours. And this one particular one has 13 stops. And you could discover Key West's attractions at your own speed on this hop on, hop off trolley bus tour. And although there's only 13 stops, there are more than 100 points of interest. So forget your car. Parking is horrible in Key West. And go with this hop on, hop off tour. Learn about the history of Key West from your guided, friendly guide tour. And you could go on and off whenever you want. And then enjoy free admission to the Sails to Rails Museum, which is a top attraction in Key West. And I'll share that at the end of the presentation here. So these are the 13, although the slide itself says 12, it was changed to 13 because when I counted it up, I'm like, it's saying 12, but it's 13. So sorry about that. Depending on when you go will determine the price. So it starts at $56.50. And then depending on, what day or month, it could go as high as like $75 or something like that. So that's about the price range. But you'll have a good time on it. You'll enjoy the sun, charming setting with clear waters of Key West. And you get, it covers the entire city, which the island of Key West is not that big. So you avoid all the trouble of driving and parking in a new place. And your ticket is good for all day, so you can tour at your own speed. It's not like you only have an hour to use it. I mean, whatever time you get on, you have the whole day as long as the bus is running, and get on and off. And the Old Town trolley conductors will be there to guide you through this tropical paradise on one of the distinctive orange and green trolleys. So just be sure to, take advantage of all of the amazing stuff that you will see. Now, you are not allowed to bring your luggage or any large bags on the trolley, nor are you allowed to bring pets. I'm not sure about, if it's a service pet or not. For that, you would have to call them to find out. And tours depart from different boarding locations approximately every 30 minutes. And on the map that you see here, all of those little blue teardrop shaped things, those are the different stops that you can get on or off. And you'll receive a map like this, similar to it, with all of the stops and a schedule at the ticket depot when you redeem your voucher. If you purchase it online, you'll get a voucher and then you redeem it in person. And if you get on where there is no ticket booth, the conductor will give it to you. So that's not an issue either. You could park at Mallory Square, the Weston parking garage, or at the Key West Welcome Center if you are driving to meet up with this bus. Okay, and Holland says they have to, if you have a service animal, they have to let you on. Okay, so, and Tinkerbell also says the same thing. So good to know. If I ever need to have a service dog, I'll know that. Seating is on a first come, first served basis. So, and if you see someone that needs, you know, a little assistance, let them sit down. Be considerate of the elderly and people that might have a cane or something, you know, let them have a seat. Okay, the next one is the Key West Conch Train Tour. And this is a little train instead of an actual bus, so it's open. And you could see all the sights again and legendary stories of the tropical paradise. You're going to pass Hemingway's home and learn about Mel Fisher's lifelong search for sunken treasure. It will go past Harry Truman's White House and many more things. They do offer free cancellation up to 24 hours in advance for a full refund. So you can reserve online and pay later, or keep your travel plans flexible. But you could book your spot and pay nothing today. It is valid for 1 day once you use it. And the live tour guide speaks in English, and it is wheelchair accessible. So, and again, this one will also offer free admission to the Sails and Rails Museum, which is a top attraction, like I said. You could also jump off at Duval Street to enjoy great shopping and dining. And you know, just learn about all the different Key West characters, such as Mel Fisher, who searched all his life for some sunken Spanish galleons. This Conch train is a 75-minute sightseeing tour, and it has 4 stops that are conveniently located throughout the city. You get a full color map, and you also get discount coupons for, whoops, sorry, accidentally hit that. Discount coupons for Key West restaurants and shoppings. And the best place to board the Conch train is at the Conch train tour station at 501 Front Street. And you could also board it at Truval Village or Flagler Station if there are seats available. So there is no standing room on this, whereas the hop on, hop off bus, there is standing room available. Holland is going to bring his cane so that he could get a seat. Yes, you can get on and off. It is a hop on and hop off ticket, and you could buy a 1 day or a 2 day. But if you were to just ride it around and not get on or off, it would take about 75 minutes. So it all depends on how much time you have. If you're limited, you could get on and just do a full, you know, circle around Key West, and it will take about 75 minutes. Or if you have more time, you could hop on and hop off and, you know, see the different sites at the 4 different stops that the Crunch Train Trolley offers. Okay. The trains depart every 30 minutes, but if they fill up sooner, then they'll leave sooner. So, it doesn't make sense for them to hang around waiting if there's no seats available. Okay. And then we have the Key West Aquarium. And when you go in, there's that big shark right in the front. So get hands-on experience like never before as you see, feel, and touch amazing animals in the Key West Aquarium. You'll see sharks and turtles being fed and learn about the marine life of the Florida Keys and discover a rich array of colorful wildlife. You could even hold a starfish and other creatures at the unique Touch Tank and learn about the marine life of Florida Keys. Okay, so if you've ever wondered what it is like to touch a shark or hold a live starfish, then this ticket is for you. It will get you into the entrance of the aquarium, which opened its doors in 1934 and was the very first attraction in the city. And during the day, you will get closer to the marine life than you ever thought possible without getting wet. See some of the world's most intriguing marine species, such as moray eels, stingrays, barracudas, parrotfish, tarpons, sharks, sea turtles, and an array of tropical fish. Learn about their habitats and habits from the Key West Aquarium's knowledgeable guides, and then get a hands-on experience as you feel and pick up the amazing animals that live in the Touch Tank. They are all harmless. Gentle creatures just waiting to get a closer look at you. So move on to the catch. The hungry sharks and sea turtles devour their breakfast, lunch, or late afternoon snack. Feedings occur daily at 11, at 1, and at 4:30. And the Atlantic Shores exhibit offers visitors a chance to learn about a mangrove environment, while the 50,000-gallon tank is home to many colorful and lively tropical and game fish. So you could spend as long as you like at the underwater wonderland. It's open from 10 a.m. through 6 p.m., 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And then we have the Sails to Rails Museum, which both of the trolley train and the bus both offer the free tickets that are included with the price to go on to those two. So the Key West Sails to Rails Museum is a place where you will learn and interact with exhibits and rare artifacts. You'll travel through the island's many eras, from sponging to turtling, cigar making, fishing, and more. And you'll even touch an entire bar of pirate silver dating back 500 years and explore from the 1500s to the present day. You could see inside the Maggie Atwell House, the only remaining wooden structure built by the FEC, and learn about the men who built a railroad over the ocean. It's great for all ages. The cost is $10.75, and it is stroller accessible, wheelchair accessible. It's near public transportation. and most travelers can participate. And the tour activity will have a maximum of 14 travelers at a time. Service animals are allowed. So if you like history, this would be a great place to, to travel to and learn all about it. And the reviews, they have a lot of 5-star reviews. So check it out. And now we'll go to Tinkerbell.
Well, thank you so much for that info, Alice. All right, so for mine, I actually have 4 excursions I want to check with you guys out. The first excursion that I'm going to bring here, it's going to be, hold on, it's going to be this one right here, which is the Sunset Sail in the Key West and beverage included. This one comes out to $79 per person. This one has some information. It says, leave behind the crowds of the Key West and catch a Florida sunset while enjoying drinks on a sailboat. There is no beverage vantage point for watching the sunset over the water than from the water itself. And while larger sunset cruises are overcrowded, the small group experience ensure you have a spot at the rail when it comes time to capture the photos of the setting sun. There's restrooms on board, alcoholic beverages and non-alcoholic beverages. It also has Wi-Fi on board. So if this is something that you might be interested in, you gotta have to check them out. Okay, the next one that I have here is the Key West snorkeling with breakfast and unlimited mimosas. This one is $46.94 per person. And information about this one is if you're looking to snorkel in Key West, but do not know where to plan your experience, this Key West snorkeling cruise makes things easy. Just pre-book this experience and enjoy a cruise over a coral reef area, perfect for snorkeling and spotting tropical fish, plus equipment, as well as lessons, breakfast, showers, and beers or sodas provided for you. You will snorkel on the coral reef next to Key West with all the equipment included. You're also going to have a guided snorkeling tour person with you. Also, this one has breakfast included, beverages, use of snorkeling equipment, and gratuities will be also included on this one. So this might be something that you might enjoy. This one right here, I thought it was really cool because I like these kind of things. Key West Mangrove Kayak Eco Tour. This tour is going to be $60 per person. And the information on this one is paddle a kayak through the mangrove creeks of the shallow water of Key West kayaking tour and offer an up-close look at the unique coastal environment. The guided tour is perfect way to spot Florida wildlife and natural habitats. The kayak tour of Key West mangroves, learn about the local geology and the nature, suited to all ages and skill levels, choice of morning or afternoon departure, and it's also dog friendly. Local guide, quiet side of the Key West, bottled water available for sale, dry bags available for rent, and gratuities are also included. Now, guys, this last excursion means a whole lot to me. A while back on my first trip on a cruise to Key West, I went with my husband, and while we were walking through Duval Street, we encountered a little shop, and they have these really cool treasures from the shipwrecks and all of that. And ever since I left that little shop and I came back home, it piqued an interest in me to learn more about Mel Fisher. So this next information I'm going to give you a little bit of the information about Mel Fisher. He actually has a museum, and this picture was not really good, but it's the Mel Fisher Museum. And I'm going to give you some history on this gentleman. Mel Fisher was born in August 21, 1922, and he passed away in December 1998. His personal life was Fisher was an Indiana-born former chicken farmer who eventually moved to California. He opened up his first diving shop in the States called the C.C. He attended Purdue University in 1953. He married Dolores Horton, who became his business partner. She was one of the first women to learn how to dive and to set a woman's record by staying underwater for 50 hours. Mel and Dio had 5 children. On July 20 of 1975, Fisher's older son, Dirk, his wife, Angel, and diver Rick Gage died after their boat sank due to a pump failure. When he found the Atocha, this is what he's known for, Fisher found the Spanish galleon Nuestra Señora de Atocha, named after the parish of Madrid for protection. He discovered the silver bars from the wreck in 1973, and in 1975, Dirk 5 bronze cannon, who making markings won't prove that the Atocha only days after Dirk and Angel and Rick Gage were killed. The estimated 450 million recovered, known as the Atocha mother lode, including 40 tons of gold and silver, and there were some 114,000 of the Spanish silver coins, also known as the pieces of 8 gold coins, Columbia emeralds, gold, silver, and artifacts, and 1,000 silver ingots. The reason why I'm bringing you guys this information, and also if you want to visit his museum, the cost for adult admission is $17.50, and the children on $8.05. I brought home one of Mel Fisher's silver medallions, and this is it right here. I bought it when I went to Key West. It's been in my possession, I'm gonna say maybe 5 years now. I've had it, and I fell in love with the history. And this is a 1553 silver coin. And I don't know if you guys can see the details on it, but I brought it from over there, and this comes from Key West. It just surprised me so much, and I love the story that I actually called the Mel Fisher Museum store, and I had it ordered for us. And when we got there, we picked it up. So that was one of the cool things of the history that I wanted to share with you as a excursion, because once you get off the ship, the Mel Fisher Museum is right after you get off the dock. So if this is something that you guys are wanting to do, it's $17.50 to go check it out. And they actually do have these for sale there. You can always visit his website at melfisher.com, and you should be able to see all the information there. In the meantime, I'm going to bring back my crew, and we're going to go ahead and talk about all the things that we need to talk about. This was a great, I like Key West, especially Alice, that we're going to be going there.
Yes.
In what is it? We're in April. What, 5 more months? We should be over there. About 5 months.
About 5, yeah.
And this is
Nice.
a great, it was nice to talk about Key West. When you mentioned it, I said, yeah, I hopped on Key West real quick because I wanted to talk about that little story. It just took me, it just took my heart just to hear his story. And for those of you that don't know him, maybe you want to read his bio and really everything that man went through, find this treasure. It was crazy. And then he even went to court in Florida, wanted to keep it, but he won. He won the case and he got to keep it. And then years after, unfortunately, he passed away. So, that's unfortunate. So
there's a lot of history in that court.
Yeah. And for those of you that don't know, next month I'll be going to Key West for like a weekend, like a long weekend for Memorial Weekend. So I'll be going over there So I
Oh,
can't
you
wait
can
to
be
maybe
Key
bring
West
some
while I'm on
live.
the horizon.
I know I might be doing a live stream from over there.
Yeah.
One thing that I always bring up when we're talking about Key West, guys, and this is for you guys, only the male people here on the comments. If you guys don't know this, they actually have a man daycare in Key West. I don't know what is it all about, but they do have it.
I'm assuming the men get too drunk to find their own way home.
No, it says if you don't want to handle with your husband, you could drop them off at the daycare, and everything is, you don't see nothing inside. You don't see it says man daycare. So for those of you
It's
men
gotta
that
be
want to check it
something
out, then you
fishy
guys
that
can
I
check it out.
Not say on the live, but let me just
But
put it
when you
like
started
that.
talking about the sloppy Joe, Keith, I was gonna
Oh,
I was gonna jump in and say, Keith,
yeah.
you have your cruise ready so that you can try it again in October?
So Kathy is
My
looking
most
forward to the key lime pie. So
Oh my God, yes, Miss
where
Kathy.
is the famous place we have to go to?
I
know that
my
usually
mom
when I
was
go, there's
right there.
Yeah, there's a guy that's standing outside with his little key lime pie hat, and he's supposed to be one of the best ones. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But Miss Kathy, we're gonna go have some key lime pie together.
Yep, definitely.
Maybe we do like a tour, like a key lime pie tour. We try it out in different
In
places.
different places.
Is the best. Oh my God, it's already past 9 o'clock. Oh my
Yes.
God, the time
That
has
was
gone
good.
by.
It goes like
I know,
that.
it's just like, it's quick. My wife will like the key lime pie. Yeah, I love key lime pie. So before we let you guys,
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, before I let you guys go, Keith, do you have any announcements before we leave?
I'm trying to put a video up tonight. I had a hectic day, and it's my first time ever doing it from the laptop, so I'm testing now. I actually filmed it right here, so it's going to be right where I'm sitting right now. So obviously, it's my first time doing it from the laptop, which I said I need to learn it because now I have a new camera.
Ooh,
so
look at that. He has a new toy.
New toy for my vlog. And also another thing I like about this is I can actually extend it even bigger than I think this thing goes over like 5 feet, and it's actually really, really strong. So I got a new little camera, and if you're not sure about the size, it's like that. And Friday I have some more. I have my live at 7, so I'm gonna have some guests on here. You know.
That's right.
We're gonna talk about that travel agent, so who actually didn't get 50 people on board. So I'm trying to bring on some creators who are travel agents to talk about it, since they actually are in the business, and then we're gonna hear from the people who are actually in the business, so that we can hear what whatever they did, was it right, wrong, what are the consequences and everything.
That sounds like a lot of fun. That's gonna be
cool.
Alice, you have any announcements before we leave?
I just want to make a comment on the comments. So Kathy Mills said Eddie wants Cuban coffee with his pie. I don't think he'd do both together. And then they're saying Cuban coffee is very strong, which it is, they say. But I don't think key lime pie is like a sweet. So he usually doesn't mix sweets with the coffee. So
I don't know if I don't know, Alice, you know Eddie more than I do. If he has that coffee, he's gonna be walking and he's gonna be having all this energy.
Let's go party! There's Key West.
So I tried to share a video, but it looks gray on my end, so I don't know if it will work or not.
Let me try it. Let's try it on our end.
2024. Hosted by Eddie Lugo Studios, out of Tampa, Florida. Port of calls, Key West, Florida. Grand Cayman Island. Montego Bay, Jamaica. Aboard aboard the Carnival Paradise. Come join us for this great cruise, October 28th to November 3rd, 2024. Contact Bruce@ocean2oceantravel.com.
So there are quite a few people already booked on this cruise. We still have some more rooms available. And if you haven't booked already and you're not a travel agent yourself, I'd appreciate if you would get in touch with Bruce at ocean2oceantravel.com to get the prices and more information. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I think there's over 20 bloggers that are going on this cruise. So, we're getting activities all set up. Jackie's going. She's going to be doing the slot pool. Also going to be doing shot glass exchange and, of course, a group photo and, a bunch of other things that we're still in the works with.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I actually made a payment towards that cruise today.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes. Any more announcements, guys?
No, that's it for me.
Okay. The only announcement
my
I
mom-
have. Go ahead.
My mom's coming on the celebration with me now.
Oh, all right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, go, Mom. Hey, she's going to have a good time.
And I got 52 days to my cruise.
Hey,
Nice.
that's going to be
Remember.
awesome.
Oh, I can't wait.
Emily says,
And
I
I know
have so
somebody
many
else
shot
does.
glasses, you guys can have them all. Yes, Eddie has a whole lot as well.
Oh, my God.
That's why you exchange. You give one away, you get one back.
I know, right? You recycle them. All right, guys. So I'm going to play you guys my announcement.
Good evening, everyone. We've got a very special announcement to make today. From Sunday, April 20th to Sunday, April 27th of 2025, we'll be hosting our first ever Traveling with Tinkerbell group cruise on none other than the Carnival Celebration. The itinerary is simple. We'll be departing from the Port of Miami in Florida on the 20th. Our first day will be a simple day at sea where you can explore the boat and check out what's on board. Try some of the food at the buffet, or grab a Guy Fieri burger by the pool and relax. Following that, we'll be stopping at Amber Cove in Dominican Republic, then San Juan in Puerto Rico, and lastly St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands before 2 more sea days to take us back to port. If you're interested in joining us, you can book now at jagonzalez@expediacruises.com. The phone number is 813-608-2935, and the website link will be in the description below. We hope to see you on board when the time comes.
That's right, guys. We hope to see you on board when the time comes.
Mhm.
It's
Yep.
going to be, that ship is amazing. I love Celebration. I don't know why. I
Oh,
love
yeah,
Celebration more than the Mardi Gras.
I mean, I can't wait to go to Celebration. And from what I've seen, it's got a big casino.
Yeah. It's
Welcome
gonna be
in,
on-
cruising on the high seas and travel.
Oh my God, Rob is here. Hello.
You'll have to catch the replay, Rob.
I know, because we're getting ready to
Yep, yep.
leave. But thank
It
you
was a
guys
good
so
show
much
tonight.
thank you guys so much for being
Hello.
here today. Oh, look, he said hello, everybody, whoever he said bye to.
My wife.
So thank you
Bye,
guys so much
Joanne.
for being here. Yeah, bye, Joanne. We love you. So thank you guys so much for being here today, for coming on to our live stream, and we getting to know a little bit more about Key West. Thank you, Cruising with Keith and Alice Lugo Studios. Always, we have a great team here. Go ahead.
I'll schedule. Next week,
Next week, we are not here next week, and we are not here again for 2 whole weeks. Our next time that we're going to be back is going to be on April 24th, and it's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to Falmouth, Jamaica.
Jamaica.
yes.
I know Jamaica. I don't know
Yeah.
which port.
And I'm going to have to add more ports into that during the week. But and April 24th, we'll be back again. in Across the Wave. And only reason because next week I am not gonna be here. I'm gonna be on a cruise, and then the week after that I'm gonna be with my daughter. And I was showing them my hectic schedule, and I couldn't fit the show on there. But I might come live, so keep on checking Traveling with Tinkerbell, because if I have a little bit of time, I might come live on my channel so that I can show you Odyssey of the Seas. That's where Tinkerbell's going to be. And I would have loved to have a show next week and bring you Odyssey, but when I looked at my schedule, it's really tight. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you all again on April 24th. We're going to be moving or flying on a ship, however which way, to Jamaica, Falmouth, and it's going to be an
Across the
amazing.
waves.
I love you guys all to the moon and back. Please stay safe wherever you guys go, and we'll see you on the next one. Toodles!
Toodles. Have a good night.
Bye. And like Scott, woo, this is for you. Bye, guys. Love you all.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.